Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome back. I hope these videos are finding everyone back at home some type of interest. So I'm out again. It's about 6 p.m. So it's about 12 hours since the last video. I'm just going out actually to do some laundry. I'm doing the side of training abroad that is not overly, it's not all the flash stuff and the Instagram videos. That's where you've just got to go and find a dirty old washing machine and chuck all your gross sweaty gear in. It's the middle of summer over here, so it's pretty hot, especially in the training room. It's down in the basement. It's just sweaty. By the end of it, it looks like everyone's been hosed off. It's just an absolute slip and slide. So yeah, heading off to do a bit of laundry. Thought I'd jump back on here and let everyone know how we're going. What I will do is I'll turn it around so everyone can get a bit of a feel for what New York is like as I'm kind of chatting here. So again, traffic's pretty mad. It's Monday night, so all the business of the day is starting to be wrapped up. Yeah, so today's sessions, I was aiming for 3 and I have achieved 2. What I was supposed to do is be heading into the Bronx tonight to train at Doug's gym with John Danaher running class, but it's just going to be too much. And I think if I head in there and train again today, I'm likely to kind of crash over the next few days. So I'm going to be sensible and just hold back a bit. So the AM session was fantastic. John ran a class on Kimuras, ran on the technique in particular was working on kind of like a low knee shield position and working on sitting up into the Kimura options and this is something that's always interesting about the way John teaches. He doesn't just show a move, he'll show a move and then he'll show probably common reactions from your opponent and then go into how to defeat those common reactions, and I think that's a really good method of teaching. So by the end of it, you end up with a little bit of a system or a track of technique that will lead you to a finish, especially when it gets countered with the sort of standard defenses. So yeah, a few options there, rolling through, chasing the Kimura, and then hard rolls. So if you haven't trained or don't know about how it works there, the way it works there is no timer. The timer doesn't get set. John just chooses. So I'm just on the IAT for a that'd be good to fall down. I'm just on the IAT. There's actually apparently there's a laundromat up here somewhere. Just keep my eye out for it. The way he runs class is no timer. He just starts everyone rolling. It starts with 3 positional rounds. He chooses the different positions depending on what the focus is for the upcoming tournaments or matches. And today's positions were the turtle, mount, and guard passing rounds. So similar to what we're doing back at Sydney West, we haven't been focusing on the turtle quite as much, and to tell you the truth, I felt that today. I felt like it was a position that I hadn't done enough time in, and we've been actually focusing fairly heavily on not turtling during training, trying to get away from that habit. So that left me a little underprepared from the turtle position today, and it's lucky that I kind of know the guys now, so I'm getting good rounds in because the room's absolutely full. But there's the Def Squad guys, and then there's kind of everyone else. I'm lucky enough, if you want to say lucky, to get training in with a lot of those guys, but it's really tough going. So my rounds today in that morning class were, trying to remember now, were Craig Jones. Spent a bit of time with Craig today, so I did turtle with Craig. Another young Aussie called Isaac. He's a real talented kid. He's a purple belt from Adelaide, but yeah, very skilled, and he's living here in Manhattan now. I actually think that I can't find this particular laundromat that I'm looking for, but that's fine. I can find that later. Yeah, so rolled with those guys, rolled with Frank Rosenthal. Frank's one of the Death Squad members. Rolled with, what I'll do is I'll try and cross over up here. Frank Rosenthal, Oliver Tarza. Tarza is another guy who competes on the competition scene regularly. He's just coming back off a knee injury, actually, so he's just getting himself back in. So that was good to get rounds in with him. And it's skipping my mind now who else I trained with there. So that was the morning session. From there, it's a matter of just showering up. Everyone kind of moves off and has food and does their thing, and then you come back. So the morning session starts around 8. By the time you finish class, then everyone sat around and kind of exchanged technique, had a bit of a chat. It was about 10 o'clock. So then I went back to the room, had a shower, and met up with Craig Jones. We had lunch together. It's kind of good to have another Aussie in town, and we can talk and complain about Americans and how stupid America is. So that was kind of fun. And so we had lunch, then head back to Renzos and get ready for round 2. So then around 1 o'clock, the next session starts again. This time, Danaher teaches from the other side of the room. For whatever reason, the PM class, it just sort of reverses from the morning class. And started out with some single leg takedown stuff. So they pretty much always like to include takedowns in the sessions when they can. So some single leg takedowns, nothing crazy there, just some basic stuff. And then the focus was working against the opponent who's in the turtle, kind of the side back position, and trying to options from there when you've got the underhook and they've got a whizzer and they're kind of trying to whizzer and throw you over. So that was a fun little series, a couple of just control options, no submissions there, just control and common things that come up out of that. And then the rounds were pretty tough. Rounds were, so Jason Rao was in then, so did rounds with Jason, did rounds with Nick Ronan, another one of the squad members, Frank Rosenthal, Damien's another one of the young guys you'll see on Gordon Ryan's Instagram a lot, and Gary Tonan's. Let me think, there was one more as well. But yeah, again, just killer rounds, just super tough stuff. And by the end of that, I realised that if I keep my foot on the pedal on the metal too much, this is a long trip, and I need to be able to make sure I get the most out of it. So just try not to destroy myself on day 3 on the ground and day 2 of training type thing. So yeah, so I wanted to go into the Bronx as well tonight, but that just won't eventuate. So yeah, that's what we're looking at, guys. I hope everything's good back at home. I know it's a fresh day over there, so everyone have a great Tuesday. And yeah, I'll keep you updated. Hope everyone's enjoying the little videos. What I'll do is I'll download them as I do them, and then when I get a chance on some Wi-Fi, I'll throw them on our YouTube page. So if anyone wants to see them, they're on there. But yeah, hope everyone has an awesome day back at home. And if you're enjoying me kind of showing you around New York, let me know, and I'll continue to do that, and I can show you a bit more of the in-town stuff. All right, guys, catch ya.